Sandwich, Vicar? It was very beautiful. The funeral, I mean, not the sandwich.
Thank you. Your mother will be sorely missed.
She will, she will. It's been a great shock to all of us, really. I mean, I never thought she was going to die. She had tickets for Charlie Girl next week.
Who knows the time of our comings in and goings out?
Yes, she knows mine. New. So difficult to think of it in the past. Sandwich, Mrs. Bradley. They're all very nice. No, it's so difficult to think of Mother in the past, just to, believe that she's gone forever. I feel,
How do you feel?
Numb, Vicar, numb.
You'll feel worse later.
Oh, that is a comfort. Kevin, sausage roll, help yourself to good.
I thought that his address was a bit over the top.
What?
Well, I mean, your mother wasn't a saint, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Excuse me, Kevin, my mother was a saint. Listen, and when you finish scoffing these sausage rolls, which incidentally Mother made before she died. Oh, Mrs. Barrable, you know the truth. You know what a wonderful woman Mother was, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, of course you do. She was a very good friend of yours, and you were a very good friend of hers. Incidentally, I know that she wanted you to have the hall stand. No, not now, not yet.
That bit about her doing good by stealth. I mean, putting pork pies through letterboxes, never telling anyone. I mean, how do you know?
Kevin, I want you to know that Mother wrote the vicar's speech herself.
She's dead.
In anticipation to save me the trouble.
I loved that last paragraph. How did she put it? What is a mother?
A mother is love on legs.
She used to knock you around.
Kevin, I want you to know that I cherish every slap. They made me the man I am.
No comment.
Oh, I'm sorry about this, Vicar, but the truth is that my sister married beneath her. My mother always said his eyes were too close together. And of course she was right. But then she was right about so many things, you see. I couldn't. Mrs. Barrymore, another sherry. I know Mother would want you to have the best.
Oh, I've already had one.
Oh, she wouldn't want you to have two, no.
Who were those two women at the back of the church, heavily veiled?
I think there were two Arab ladies, who'd come in to shelter from the rain.
It was a little sparsely attended. I didn't see your father.
No, he's down under.
Oh. Under the sod, at peace.
No, in Australia, holiday. With Uncle Claude. I tried to get them on the phone, but I think they've gone walkabout. I'm explaining to the vicar, Mrs. Barrable, that I tried to get my father on the phone, but he's gone walkabout. I did explain to him. Yes, I tried to get hold of him, but I think, I know, in fact, he is pushing Uncle Claude across the Nullarbor plain in his wheelchair.
Where's your dear sister?
Well, Muriel's off on some feminist pony trek in the Black Mountains. I've left messages, but...
Poor husband and daughter. How they'll both be desolate.
Now, why didn't Jennifer come?
Sorry, who?
Jennifer, your fiancée?
Oh, no, she's looking after her mother. Some town with a W in it.
If one may ask, where did the unfortunate occurrence take place?
The engagement took place here. It just blurted it out nicely. No.
The sad demise of your dear mother.
Oh, the sad demise. Yes. Well, she shuffled off this mortal coil at the Lido.
The Lido? A water skiing accident?
Worse than that. She had folded all her clothes very neatly in a little pile by the shore. Terribly neatly. Well, she would always be neat and tidy, of course, about everything. And then it appears that she simply walked into the water. They never found her, Not a sausage. Well, there was a pound of sausages, but of course she'd been to death before. I mean, it's such a tragedy. I mean, it's not unlike the MP, Reginald Perrin.
Your mother gave no indication that she intended to take her own life?
No, she'd made the sausage rolls, of course. But then she'd made sausage rolls before without actually drowning herself,
It's all my fault. I should have guessed what she had in mind when she borrowed my Davidoff to take the spots off Timothy's black tie.
That smell. A week last Thursday. Good heavens, Mother, what's that smell? You've not been chlorinating the goldfish again, have you?
Try not to be silly. It's the smell of Davidoff.
Davidoff? I thought he was a Russian chess player. Jove, it catches your throat, doesn't it?
Ooh, that's a nasty chesty cough.
Nasty Chestikov, is he the one that beat Davidoff?
Schoolboy humour. Jennifer will soon get tired of that.
Jennifer likes my jokes, Mother, I'm afraid. Which is why we're getting married, of course. Hark at me, married.
Don't you count your chickens until they're hatched. She might stand you up at the altar. Oh. Look at Mimsy Tremlett. Drove round and round that church till they ran out of petrol. And what was the bridegroom doing? Bombing the Ruhr, if you please.
Well, he could hardly bail out, Mother, to get married, could he?
Well, he bailed out to get into that prison camp fast enough. Mimsy was inconsolable.
Father says she consoled herself very nicely with the 1st Battalion of the Pioneer Corps.
Well, not all of them.
Well, practically all of them. All except the Padre. Even he was weakening. Now, they're talking about the Second World War and suffering in general. Are we going to have any lunch there at all?
I've got more important things to do than slave over your lunch. Now, cut the pack.
What?
If you want lunch, cut the pack.
Can't eat these, Mother, can I?
Don't be silly. They're tarot cards. Mrs. Barrable taught me.
Mrs. Barrable?
She has powers, Timothy.
Oh.
She can read tea bags. She can contact the dead.
She couldn't get through to direct inquiries the other day.
Oh, that's different. Now, these are your recent past.
Right.
Ah, the Wheel of Fortune.
What does that mean, then?
You haven't changed your underwear.
Yes, I have.
Well, the tarot does not lie.
Oh, no, I haven't. Quite right, I couldn't. The cat was in the airing cupboard.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, the ruined tower.
Yes.
You've broken something.
No. Well, not unless you count that cup.
Oh, so it was you. Of course I count it. Now, we'll do mine.
Right.
Ah. Death. That's the 4th time today, Timothy. The death card 4 times. I want you to put sticker soles on your black shoes.
Why is that, Mother?
Well, it always rains at funerals.
Mother, honestly, to goodness, you are not going to die. I'll do the cards for you. Just watch this. Aha, the Sun, Cupid, the Pope. I think you're going to have a lovely holiday in the sunshine and fall madly in love with the charming Polish gentleman. You mustn't let Mrs. Barrable worry you much. Good heavens. What are all those sausage rolls for, Mother? Feeding the 5,000? Or have you got Russell Grant coming round for tea?
Wait. These are for guests.
Guests?
Timothy.
Yes.
If and when I die.
Oh, not again, Mother, please.
Yes. If Jesus does finally require me for a sunbeam. What do you think you'll do?
After I've cleared up the empty champagne bottles, you mean?
Try to be serious.
Well, I should bring Muriel, of course.
Muriel? Over my dead body.
Well, it would be over your dead body, wouldn't it?
When everything's divided, Muriel is not to have this egg whisk. She ruined it when she tried to clean it.
Well, we'll arrange to have it buried with you, Mother. You know. I'm sure there are eggs on the other side. Or, of course, we could perhaps just place it in the pyramid, you know. What are you going to have, Mother, by the way? An army of life-size terracotta warriors? Or are you just going to mummify the cat, you know?
All I want is to be sure you'll look after your father.
Oh, I will, Mother.
Promise?
I promise.
Good boy. Very good boy. Here.
Oh,
Of course. It means you won't be able to get married, but you understood that.
what?
Well, you can't get married and look after your father. It's impossible. Look at me. I was never able to get married.
You are married, Mother. You're married to Father.
In name only. Anyway, you promise. So that's that as far as your marriage is concerned.
Oh, don't be silly, Mother. You're not going to die anyway.
I might just pop off.
Pop off. See the one that beat Davidoff and Chesterton? In the playoff?
I suppose you realise who inherits my entire estate.
Father?
Oh, no. I'm leaving everything to you. Every penny.
Well, what about Muriel?
But there is one condition. That you don't get married for 30 years.
30 years, Mother? I'll be 75.
You will keep this kitchen just as it is, won't you? I want it as a monument to me.
Yes, certainly. Tell me, Mother, where will we place the tomb of the unknown cockroach? Where will we...
How you take me for granted. There.
What's this, Mother? The first LP? Tutankhamun's greatest hits?
It's an Italian pisser.
Is it perhaps a section of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Or is it that bit of oily tarmac the Pope is always kissing?
It's the new goon-style humour, is it? I wouldn't recognise it, but it seems overdone.
Well, this certainly seems overdone, Mother. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in my briefcase and take it out.
What a good idea. Eat it in the park, al fresco.
No, not eat it, Mother. Throw it. It's the Northern Area Frisbee Championships. This is the place, Kevin. That's the stone there, you see? That stone. On that stone, pile of Mother's clothes. All neatly piled, all folded up, you know. No creases, all nicely ironed.
Did she leave a note?
Just a short one.
Hell's teeth, how many pages is that?
Only 13. It says in here that I drove her to that.
Well, what do all the other pages say?
Well, basically the same, really. See at the end here? See? Yep. Farewell, Timothy. Don't forget you promised me not to get married if this happened. There it is, in black and white. I promised.
There's no one to hold you to it.
So confused.
Well, not that confused. You arranged the service and everything?
No, Mother did that beforehand. She even tipped the vicar. She's a very wonderful woman, Kevin.
There's something wrong about all this.
Can't get married now, you know. Might as well be a nun.
Don't you mean a monk?
If you're not doing anything, it doesn't matter much, does it? Oh, Mother's last wish. That Muriel should not have this.
Oh?
Yes. Now, you've got a longer arm than me, Kevin. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to throw it in the water.
Timothy, it's been a strain all
Kevin,
this. But why
please, please. Throw it in the water.
Tim Muriel might find it.
Throw, Kevin!
There. All done.
Didn't hear a splash.
Ah, well, this arm came up out of the water and caught it.
Kevin, this Mother's last request. Please, throw it.
All right.
It's better.
Have you, found the will?
I know what's in it.
Oh. Your mother came over to see me last week.
What? You? Why should she? I mean, what has she got to say to you? I mean, I'm a son.
All right, don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous. Not jealous at all. Not interested. Why, what did she say then?
I'll go on with what I'm doing. I'm trying to fix this bloody blocked sink.
No swearing in this house, please, Kevin.
It's my house.
All the more reason. So little Miss Perfect has got a blocked sink, has she? Or perhaps she should spend more time in her kitchen and less in mine. Oh, silverfish powder. No smoke without fire. Aren't I going to get a cup of coffee?
I don't know, are you?
I see.
Oh, it's in the cupboard. H-A-G. Got your name on.
Kevin, I went to the doctor this morning.
What's the matter with you?
Well, you wouldn't have heard of it. I wrote it down. It's got 6 syllables. He said you could die of the first 3, let alone the rest.
Well, you look perfectly well.
That's one of the symptoms. That and feeling perfectly healthy. Oh, do stop fiddling with that U-bend. It reminds me of my complaint.
You've not got a Brillo pad stuck inside you as well, have you?
Oh, well. I won't tell you that I'm leaving all my money to you and Muriel.
What?
You heard.
You... what about Timothy and father-in-law?
What about them?
Well, it's your money, of course, to do as you like with, but, well, how can I put it? Well, you're not actually very fond of us, are you?
That shows how little you understand people. You know how certain persons are always saying your eyes are too close together?
Well, only one person.
Well, I don't say it. In fact, if your eyes were any further apart, they'd be round the side of your face like a chicken. That would be very silly. There.
Well, thank you.
If you do think of me when I'm gone, Kevin, I would like you to think of me as the person who gave you back your self-esteem.
Duh.
Goodbye, then.
You're not that ill, really, are you?
I'm just popping off. Oh, many a true word. Oh, dear Kevin. When I'm gone, look after Timothy. Keep him away from women. He only annoys them. I'll see my own way out. One way or another.
This used to be Father's job, of course. Then he went to Australia. Mother took it over. And now it's fallen to me.
Why don't you get out of those clothes?
What? No, on the hearthrug, Jennifer, please. Mother would turn in her grave, if she had one.
I don't mean that. I mean, put some other ones on. Life goes on, Tim.
Well, does it? You know, one wonders, does it? I mean, I just see Mother everywhere in here, you know. I mean, for example, that antimacassar, if that was out of place, she'd want to tidy it all up. Had it all neat like that. Just excuse me a minute, sorry. You know, I want everything just as Mother wanted it.
That's very nice, Tim. Oh, the registrar gave me a date today.
What? What do you mean? You got a date with some registrar? What do you mean, sorry?
He gave me a date for our wedding.
Oh, the wedding. I'm sorry. It seems so far away now, you know.
Well, it isn't that far. The 27th of next month.
27th? That's Mother's birthday.
Oh, well, how about the 2nd, the week after?
Second. Well, that's the cat's birthday.
You celebrate the cat's birthday?
No, we just push the boat out a bit, you know. We just have a candle in a tin of cat meat, that's all.
Would you rather put the whole thing off for a bit?
I was wondering, you know, if we should perhaps call it off completely, really.
Timothy, what are you saying?
But I mean, I don't want to compromise you in any way.
You can't compromise me. We're engaged.
Oh, yes, the ring. That does sort of belong to Mother. You see, I bought it on her access card. So it's, you know, part of the estate.
But it isn't mine.
Well, it's just that... Oh, it's a bit stiff, isn't it? It's a question of probate, you see. I mean, the fellows will be coming around with the tape measures. I mean, they may make me a ward of court, you know. I mean, it's, you know, it's absolutely out of my hands. I'm powerless.
You're very, very upset. Sit down.
Yes, well... Oh, not there. That's Mother's chair.
She doesn't need it anymore. She's gone.
She's not gone. You know, she's here, everywhere. You know, like Versailles and Louis XIV. The Borley Rectory, you know. And the Reverend Borley, whoever he is. I mean, the thing is, I promised, you see.
What did you promise?
Well, I promised Mother that I would look after Father if she died. And she's kept her side of the bargain. She's died, you know.
We'll look after him. I like your father. He can live with us.
I can't get married till I'm 75.
Why not? Are you on probation or what? Let's go to my place. My house is nicer. It's not haunted for a start.
Haunted?
Well, you say your mother's everywhere.
What was that?
Probably your blessed cat knocked over your mother's broomstick, no doubt. Come on, Tim. You're not a child.
Aren't I?
You're head of the family now. It's you who winds the clock.
Of course I am. I mean, I could override the central heating if I wanted. Nobody would stop me.
You can do anything you please.
Absolutely right, yes, sir. Now, what are you going to have? Gin, scotch, whiskey? Oh, we've only got British sherry.
Let's go to my place. You get yourself changed, and I'll go on ahead and put the baked potatoes in the oven.
Oh, right. Baked potatoes, lovely. We'll have fun on the hearthrug, toasting crumpets. We'll break all the rules. We'll have after 8 minutes at 7:30. Oh, dear. Let me get the door. There we are.
Oh, steady.
There we are.
Bye.
Life in the old dog yet. Get the toasting fork. If they could see me now. That is it.
Dead?
Yes.
She can't be.
Well, she did away with herself
She what?
at the Lido. She left a note, left her clothes, walked into the water. They never found her. We had a memorial service. Now, Muriel, don't get hysterical.
You've had a memorial service, you say?
Just a simple affair.
With a few simple people?
Tim and me. Bit of a brandy.
Oh, I think I'll put up a monument.
Be expensive.
Just a few words. To Kevin and Timothy, my husband and my brother. Wallies!
Muriel, you're upset. You're saying things you'll regret later on.
You prize Nana. She's not dead. This is all because Timothy is getting married. Don't you know my mother by now? She's staying somewhere with some friend of hers.
You can't wish it away, Muriel. Face facts.
What facts?
Her ashes have come.
Oh, really? This I must say.
What are you doing, Muriel?
Look, a battery.
She must have had a pacemaker.
Not with an HP 11. Oh, and look what we have here. A hinge. Now, what do you suppose she used this for? A hip replacement? These are from the bonfire, you buffoon. You said there was no body. How can there be ashes?
And she said she was going to leave all her money to us.
She says that to the window cleaner. That's how she never pays him.
And she said my eyes weren't too close together at all.
Well, they can't be, can they? Because you can't see what's right in front of your nose, can you?
She's still alive. I'll kill her.
Now that's my boy.
And she was just sort of sitting there, Mrs. Marrable.
Well, it's what I expected ever since.
I know my imagination's been working overtime. I mean, I'm overwrought.
It's a visitation.
You know, I just think about it all the time, and it worries me, and it gets... It's a what?
Your mother wants to talk to you from the other side.
The other side? What, the other side of the sofa, do you mean, or what, Miss Marrable?
Don't mock the spirit world. Your mother's restless. We must make contact.
I've got to make contact with Jennifer. That's who I've got to make contact with.
Yes, well, we're not concerned with the gross physical plane.
Well, I am. The grosser the better, to be honest. Now, where are you off to now, Mrs. Marrable?
To make it more conducive. Now, put your hands on the table. That's it.
What was that?
Oh, it's your mother. She's so anxious to communicate, she's banging to get in.
No, that's the postman. He always knocks twice. No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, come and sit down.
All right, I will.
Are you there, Phyllis Lumsden? If you are there, Phyllis, speak through me.
You all right, Mrs. Marrable? Do you want some Lucozade or some bicarbonate of soda?
Be quiet. You'll get my hairbrush.
That's the sort of thing my mother says. Said.
Oh, stop jiggering and listen to me.
I'm not jiggering.
Timothy, be polite to Mrs. Barrable. She's my friend. You did a terrible thing this afternoon, Timothy.
Is that you, Mother?
You've been wicked.
No, I haven't.
You're planning to see that Jennifer person. You promised...
No, I didn't promise. I promised not to get married. I didn't promise not to cohabit a bit and toast crumpets and things.
How dare you cavort with that Jezebel? And me, barely cold.
Life goes on.
Not for you, it doesn't. Timothy, sign that. Oh.
I promise never to see Jennifer again for any purpose.
Sign it. You'll get nothing but restless nights until you do.
But I love her, Mrs. Barrable. Goodness me. It's another one. It's Great Uncle Barstable. It's probably a family reunion.
Don't answer it, Timothy. It's unclean spirits.
Righto, Mother. Wait a minute, Mrs. Barrable. Your lips didn't move.
I don't want that mural in my house. Sign the paper.
Muriel, you're not dead, are you?
I'm out here! Will you let me in?
Oh, gosh. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't...
What are you doing in the dark?
We're having a séance. We got through to Mother there. Honestly, could hear her voice so clearly. Really. You know, she could have been in the next room.
What are you doing in my kitchen, Muriel?
Mother. Do you see it, Muriel?
It? Who's it? The cat's mother?
Mother, you're not dead.
Who said I was?
You did. You made me look very foolish.
You are very foolish. You and Kevin.
And what about Mrs. Barrable?
Oh, I was part of it.
Oh, you prize Wally.
Muriel, I am the eldest.
You old prize Wally.
Fancy falling for something so transparent. And you were very quick to arrange the funeral, I noticed.
You organised that, Mother.
What a wretched turnout. There were only 5, and one of them, the vicar.
6, Mother.
I was number 6. That was me at the back in a veil. The bus made me late.
Well, since you're not dead, you'll be wanting this back, I suppose.
The one thing I said, don't give to Muriel, and you give it straight to her.
I did not, Mother. Kevin threw it. Incidentally, where have you been all this time?
In the cupboard under the stairs. I think I'll go back if this is the reception I get.
Well, I'm very pleased to see you, Mother, because it means I can finally get married.
No, you can't. You signed the paper.
No, I didn't.
Dulcie, I'll never speak to you again.
Oh, hello, everyone. Am I... Oh,
Atheist be jiggered, she's a Catholic.
I thought you were dead.
Isn't it wonderful? Means we can finally get married.
I don't feel well.
Oh, Mother, not again, please. By the way, this coming back from the dead has been done before.
Don't be blasphemous.
Only Bobby Ewing did it with rather more style.
Muriel, I'm leaving all my money to the vicar.
She said she was leaving it all to me. After all I've done.
What is it? Oh, don't be silly. I know it's a long distance from Australia. Hello, dear. Yes, it's me. No, I'm not dead. No, that was just a joke. Hello? Hello? Oh, Claude, where's my husband? Fainted? He's been drinking.
There it goes. Other side.
So now there's nothing at all to stop us getting married.
Absolutely nothing.
What was that?
Probably Mother.